So you have a channel that's stuck and you want to blow it up, or you have an idea for a channel that you want to launch and actually find success with. So you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what I would do to launch a successful channel in 2026 from scratch. Now, the fun thing is that I actually launched this channel just a few months ago from scratch. And in that time, I've racked up more than 10,000 subscribers, more than 250,000 views, and around $80,000 in revenue, all without having any ads on videos or without any links in any of the videos going to a paid course or paid community. And everything I just shared with you came from 21 long form videos. 0 shorts on this channel, just 21 videos, and I wasn't always consistent. That's less than 1 video per week since I launched this channel, which is terrible. I'm embarrassed to even admit that to you, and do not do that. I got away with it because the strategy was right, but imagine where I would actually be if I was consistent. Probably 50,000 subscribers, if not more, instead of 10,000. But I'm not complaining. But here's why this channel, the smaller of the 2 channels, matters more to me in this season of my life. I'm building in public, video by video, proving that everything I teach actually works right now. Not years ago when I started building my main channel, right now, into 2026. My goal is to take this channel to up to 1 million and beyond subscribers and bring you guys with me. Every video that I upload here uses the exact strategies that I'm teaching you in the videos. It's kind of meta, but I'm not gatekeeping. You are literally watching the case study happen before your eyes in real time. Think about it. Most YouTube advice comes from people showing you their success from years ago. I'm showing you what works today by actually doing it in front of you. Now, this is what's getting channels from 0 to monetized quickly in 2026. And the best part, you guys can start implementing all of this today. Now, let me start by telling you why your channel is actually failing to begin with. And it's not what you think. It's not your niche. It's not your equipment. And it's not even necessarily your content. Your channel is failing because YouTube literally doesn't know what to do with you. Think about YouTube like Google Maps. It's trying to get viewers to their destination, the content that they need. But if you tell Google Maps, just take me somewhere good, it can't help you. You need to be specific. YouTube works the same way. No clear destination means no traffic. So here's what you need to do right now. Write these 3 sentences down, and I'm serious. Pause the video if you need to. Do not rush this stuff. The first sentence, I help who do what so they can why. Here's what this looks like in different niches, right? Cooking, for example. I help busy parents make healthy dinners that kids actually eat so they could stop fighting at mealtime. Finance, that's a huge niche here on YouTube. I help millennials invest their first $1,000 so they can stop being scared of the stock market. Now, the second sentence that's evenly important is my viewer is stuck because problem and keeps trying wrong solution that doesn't work. Here are some more examples of that for the cooking example. My viewer is stuck eating takeout 4 nights a week because they keep trying complicated recipes that take 2 hours when they only had 30 minutes in the first place. In finance, my viewer is stuck living paycheck to paycheck because they keep looking at get-rich-quick schemes instead of building basic money habits. Now, that final sentence that you need to write down is my channel promise is outcome. In a single sentence. This shouldn't be a paragraph. If you can't fill these in, you're invisible to the algorithm, not shadow banned. You're not being punished. You're just invisible. But here's mine. So I help entrepreneurs use YouTube to grow revenue so they could scale without ads or having to dance on TikTok or open an OnlyFans. It's crystal clear. YouTube knows exactly who needs this. And the difference between channels that grow and channels that die is the growing channels can answer these 3 sentences quickly. The dead ones can't. Now, once you have that clarity, most people think that they should just start randomly uploading videos, and that's where most people mess up. Let me actually show you what works. We need to stop thinking like a YouTuber and start thinking a little bit more like Netflix. Your first 10 videos should work together, not be random uploads hoping that something takes off. Whether you're starting from 0 or you already have 50 videos in and your channel is just not growing, we need direction. This is the framework that's going to give you clarity. So let's start with a manifesto, what you believe and why it matters. Add a search-focused piece of content, which are topics that people are actually searching for. One thing I like is including a myth-busting type of video where you're calling out something wrong in your niche or something that you don't agree with. I've done a couple of those in just the last few videos that I've uploaded. Sharing your tools and resources is great because people are always looking for easier ways, better ways, and things that they're just not aware of. If you could simplify complex things, that's a great video. That's what I try to do with these videos. Take something that's a little bit more complex and make it incredibly easy to understand. You can tell your story about your actual failures, and that really will make people understand you as a creator more. You can create a challenge that people can do. You give them that complete roadmap of whatever you're a specialist in or you're passionate about. It doesn't have to be like how-to guru expert videos. You could be into fishing. You could be into cooking. You could be into ballet. You could be into taekwondo. You could be into working on cars. You could be into ice hockey. You could be into Pokemon cards. Anything that you're interested in. There are other people in the world that are going to be interested in that. Now, obviously, the exact videos depend on your niche, right? I'll be the first person to tell you that a cooking channel should have different videos than a business channel. The point is having intentionality. 10 videos that build on one another so someone can binge your channel and understand exactly what you're about. And I know it sounds great in theory. I know a lot of you guys are thinking right now, this is going to take months to plan and execute, Adam. You make it sound so simple, but it's not. Yeah, it is. Most creators spend like 3 months preparing to launch. That's their fear and their procrastination all bundled up behind this shroud, making it seem like it's some planning expedition that they're doing, and they're putting their feet into the ground and just planting and getting the right gear and understanding the technical, and all they do is watch how-to videos all day and never actually do anything. You are launching this week, my friend. All right, let's get to work with day number 1, the 55-1 process. Write 50 ideas down in 30 minutes. They could be terrible ideas, obvious ideas, weird ideas. Dump them all out, no matter how you want to do it. Pen and paper, your notes app on your phone, Google Doc, doesn't matter. Then go and highlight or select 5 that you can actually see yourself making like now. And then from there, there's going to be 1 that speaks to you, that if somebody else uploaded it tomorrow, you'd be mad that you didn't do it first. And side note, I got this idea initially from Patty Galloway a few years ago, who has the 110-1 process for ideation. I cut it in half. It's easier for me, and I think it'll be easier for you guys. Now, day 2 is all about refining the packaging before you shoot the content, which might sound a little counterintuitive, but the packaging matters so much that the title and the thumbnail are almost as important these days, unfortunately, in some way, than the content itself. And if you can't figure out the packaging before you shoot the content, then the content isn't going to land. So your title determines if anybody clicks, and your thumbnail determines if anybody sees it. So I want you guys to write down 10 title options and test them. Which one would you click? Lock it in. You could use ChatGPT, you could use Claude, you could use one of these things to optimize the title into something that you like. That being said, let's jump into day number 3, which is film it. Now, before I jump into that, if you guys are serious about taking your YouTube channel to the next level, I actually put together the Ultimate YouTube Growth Guide, which is a free PDF. I'll have a link in the description box below. Been getting a lot of great feedback from you guys in emails, so thank you so much for responding to those. But if you haven't yet, click, download, enjoy, and let's grow. Typical videos between 7 and 12 minutes. I don't want you guys to overthink it, but I don't want you guys to just be cranking out 2.5-minute videos. They should have some substance. 7 to 12 minutes, typical sweet spot. They could be longer. Again, don't overthink it. Just provide the value and pour your heart out into the videos, right? Use what you have until what you have pays for what you want. What do I mean by that? Use your phone, use a window, use a cheap basic mic if you have one. Keep in mind that your title is your promise, so you need to deliver on it. 2 takes maximum. Perfectionism is, what was the quote? Perfectionism is procrastination at its finest, right? So we want to do the dang thing. Now, as we go into day 4, I want you to edit and upload. Cut out all the dead air. Add 1 title card. Export it. Guys, this isn't about being Spielberg, right? It's publishing. Upload with your thumbnail and your title on day 2. You don't have to go live with it yet. Okay, so days 5 through 7, it's just making video number 2. Same process, 50 ideas, pick 5, choose 1, package it, film it, upload it. And keep in mind, 1 video per week minimum. 2, in my opinion, is kind of that sweet spot. More than 2, and the quality will drop. Usually, your audience will get overwhelmed. You'll get overwhelmed, hit burnout, run out of stuff to talk about, and kind of just be over it, right? You hit a wall. So I don't recommend any more than 2 a week, and less than 1 a week, you're going to lose momentum. So keep that in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is that your first video is only going to get 47 views. Your second's going to get, 23. And you're going to think that you're failing, but you're not. You're collecting data. You're going to realize your energy's flat. Your intros are too long. You have this animated thing that takes 1:17 that nobody is watching. Your hook doesn't hook. Now you know what to fix. Now, something that I wish I would have been told early on when I started my YouTube channel years ago was that the difference between you and a successful channel that you look up to, that you aspire to be like, is typically not talent. It's typically not that they're any smarter than you. It's that they have the uploads under their belt. They're experienced. And your repetition creates your reputation. Think about that. Start accumulating. Start getting that experience under your belt. Now, where are we? Okay, so you're creating great videos. Great, but 90% of creators completely drop the ball because one video should become multiple pieces of content across platforms. But that's a whole system in itself. Here's the quick version of that. Your main video can become shorts. They can be obviously TikToks and Reels and tweets and carousels and emails. Each piece brings new eyeballs back to the main content. It's like a magnet, right? But here's what matters more. Shorts are for discovery, not revenue. They're billboards pointing back to that long-form content. Something to think about is building playlists named after results, not topics, not marketing videos, but build your first sales funnel this week. Then pin that playlist to your homepage, right? Because when people finish that one video on the playlist, the next one autoplays and you've created your own Netflix series at that point. Just do this for like 2 or 3 weeks and watch what happens. Actually, let me tell you exactly what to look for here that's going to help the whole process, right? We want to know the exact metrics to predict the channel growth, right? And it's simpler than you think. People overcomplicate this constantly. There's 2 numbers that matter here the most: click-through rate, or CTR, and average view duration, or AVD. Almost everything else is a vanity metric or things that we have no control over. If your click-through rate is below 2%, YouTube won't even test your videos. 2 to 4%, it's kind of average. 4 to 8% for educational content specifically means you're doing something right. Anything over 8%, and YouTube is going to push that video hard. Now, something that I do on every single upload is I test completely different thumbnails, not just slight color changes. I'm talking about a different emotion, different text, a different concept completely sometimes. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here are the thumbnails that I tested from the same video recently. 3 different thumbnails. The winner got 3 times the clicks. That's the difference between packaging that lands and packaging that falls flat. Now, if your average view duration is below 25%, your hook failed completely because people just bounced when they jumped into that video. If it's at 35 to 55%, I think that's the sweet spot, especially for like educational content or even something like a fishing video. Anything over 60%, your video is absolutely crushing it. And like I said earlier, YouTube's going to push that baby hard. How many people got to the halfway point of your video? This channel right now is sitting a little over 50%, which I appreciate you guys rocking with me and staying tuned in to these videos. So thank you for that and all the new subscribers. But those 2 numbers, the CTR and the AVD, are so important. And I say that as somebody that's been obsessed with all the analytics for years. And just, I always say that if you treat YouTube like a sport, you can get paid like an athlete. And this is my sport now that my body's falling apart at 40 years old. I look at those analytics and I look at how can I make subtle changes? How can I get better next time? It's like going and golfing, right? You can't get better golfing just by watching YouTube videos on how to golf. You have to go swing the club. And every upload that you have is another opportunity to do that. If you see that cliff when you're looking at the retention graph, that's your problem. It's usually like too long of an intro. So get to the value quickly. Not delivering fast enough is a huge problem, guys. You got to give them what they came for, then add the context. If you have super boring section in the video, something that you watch and you're like checking your phone while you're watching your own video, cut it out. Trust your gut. If you're not excited about it, if you think it's boring, imagine people that don't know you. And here's the kicker. The first 48 hours determines everything. That's why I recently uploaded that video, breaking that all down, and I'll put a thumbnail of that on the screen right now. Check it out, right? YouTube tests with very small groups. I need you to understand that. If that little group responds, then there's a bigger test. It's like, think of it like the core of the earth, just hot as can be. And then as it goes out, it cools down. And that's how the testing works. Now, if they test a little bit broader and that works, it gets even bigger. This is the domino effect that's happening. If it doesn't happen in the first 2 days, if they test and then it's flat, it dies. You can go back in typically within the first 7 to 10 days and make tweaks and it gain momentum again though. So don't lose hope if your videos after the first 2 days are kind of flat. And the engagement side of things, as far as how you're engaging with your audience, is so important. I think that gets overlooked because it's easy to kind of just go back into focusing on another video and kind of ignoring the people that are giving you feedback or complimenting your video or just active in some way. You really need to respond to every early comment. I still do. So if you leave a comment, you guys are going to see a response. This is what most people do wrong. So do yourself a favor and do not share your video links in your communities or your email list right away. Now, you can do that later. You need to let the YouTube algorithm learn who your content is for first. External traffic in the first 48 hours can actually confuse the algorithm and tank those CTR and ABD numbers. So let the audience find the content organically and then amplify it later. And I'll give you a perfect example of this. I have a client who was sending, I think, 18,000 email contacts. He was sending links to those 18,000 people. They would go to his video out of curiosity and they'll be like, I'll watch it later. What happens when that happens? They come, they watch like 7 seconds. Oh, this is a 20-minute video. I'll watch it later. All of a sudden, that retention just drops. Not to mention browse and suggested, which I can go into the weeds about that as far as where your videos are shown. It just goes to direct link, and direct link is not a valuable metric to YouTube. You know what? Let's jump into the browse feature, because it's where all the growth happens. It's not necessarily search. It's not necessarily suggested. It's browse. Those are the videos that pop up on your homepage when you pull up your phone, when you open up YouTube on your TV. To get there, you need loyal viewers who watch multiple videos of yours, typically. Excuse me. That's why the pilot season matters. That's why those 10 episodes, and obviously growing it, you don't just post 10 videos and call it a day. That's why that intentionality matters so much. Now, before you go off and try to implement all this stuff on your own, let me save you a ton of time from the mistakes that are going to destroy most channels. These are the 5 mistakes that guarantee you're going to struggle. Mistake number 1, I mentioned it earlier, waiting for the perfect moment. While you're planning, while you're setting up your studio, somebody else is filming on their phone and stealing your audience. Think about that. Now, mistake number 2 is chasing trends. Chasing trends, did I say tracing? Chasing trends that you can't maintain. One viral moment brings tourists, the people like a one-hit wonder. And I was that one-hit wonder. My 7th ever video on YouTube way back in 2011 did millions of views. And that screwed up my mental health. That screwed up my expectations. That screwed up my channel's trajectory. Consistent value brings resonance. Now, the 3rd mistake is a lot to unpack. It's daily uploading, especially before you're ready. Bad practice doesn't make perfect, right? It makes bad habits permanent. And for the record, like I mentioned earlier, I personally think that daily uploads are an awful idea for like 99% of creators. There are always going to be outliers that you guys probably know of that upload. Well, they upload daily, so I'm going to do it. Not necessarily. Now, the 4th mistake is creating for the algorithm instead of for people. I think this one is kind of self-explanatory, so I'm not going to waste your time. Now, the 5th mistake is trying to do everything yourself forever. By month 5 or 6, I want you guys to try to find somebody to help you with editing or your thumbnails or some part of the process that you don't enjoy as much. And you can get your time back, because typically your time is worth more than what you're going to pay somebody to edit your thumbnails or your videos or help you with the posting and management and all that good stuff. We wear a lot of hats as creators, and the whole goal is freedom. The whole goal is fulfillment. And if there's something that you dread doing, once you put in the reps and you have a style and you can easily train somebody, you could find somebody relatively easily, regardless of your budget. Some people have $5, some people have $5,000, right? But find somebody that aligns with your style, that's easy to work with and communicate with, and it's going to make your life so much easier. So what happens when you avoid those mistakes and actually follow this system to the T? Let me paint a very vivid picture for you guys. Day 1 through 30, you've uploaded 4 to 5 videos. You might expect 5 to 500 views each. And this isn't failure. This is data collection, like I said. Reply to every comment. I'll remind you guys a million times. Your only goal is consistency. Now, day 31 through 60, another 4 or 5 videos uploaded, one is going to hit different. It might hit 2,000 views. In my case, on this channel, my 6th video did 20,000 views. The other ones did a few hundred. You need to double down on the why. What is the topic? What's the title? What's the thumbnail? Now, for example, if your video that took off is 5 morning habits that changed my life, your 3 variations could be the 1 evening routine that doubled my productivity, or why I stopped doing morning routines and what I do instead. And I tried every productivity hack for 30 days, and here's what actually works. You see, the same core topic, 3 different angles. Now, by day 61 through 90, you have 15 to 20 videos. Now, viewers can actually binge on your channel. Old videos start getting recommended because YouTube finally understands the channel. If you've been consistent, it's very likely that you'll surpass 1,000 subscribers. I'm not going to promise that, but I did 1,000 subscribers in the first 112 days inconsistently. So if you guys can be consistent, I have no doubt that you're going to get monetized very quickly. And look, we're only talking about 3 months here. But if you focus for those 3 months straight and you are borderline obsessed with the process and you love the climb, this is for you. Now, I understand that I talk about money, building systems that are going to generate income a lot on this channel because my primary message here is helping entrepreneurs or business-minded creatives create a life of freedom and fulfillment. And for a lot of us, you need money to do that. And if you could build a business around YouTube, it's life-changing, it's amazing, and it'll take you to places that you never imagined possible. And I'm saying that from personal experience. Life has been pretty awesome thanks to YouTube. But I do understand that success looks completely different to each and every one of us. But here's what success might look like to you by this point, by the 90 days, right? Your channel monetized. People recognize your name in the comments. Other creators reach out because they want to collab or just get to know each other. Iron sharpens iron. Your comment section becomes more of a community. You're recognizing people that are engaging. Someone might email you saying that your video really helped them in a way. You wake up to continuous views from videos that you posted weeks ago. This is what success might look like. It might not be the Lambo. It might not be, huge sponsorship deals, but it's traction. It's momentum. It's progress. Now, if you're not seeing results, check. Are your 3 sentences clear? Can someone understand the channel in 5 seconds? Are your titles compelling? Are you delivering on what the promise is of the title and thumbnail? I get this comment all the time, oh, it's clickbait. Yeah, no. People aren't watching 50% of a clickbait video. And keep in mind, I'm gonna break this down for you guys who are thinking that everything on YouTube's clickbait. CTR, click-through rate. How many people see it? How many people click it? Pairs immediately and directly with average view duration. So if you have a great title and thumbnail and the content sucks, nobody's going to watch much of it and it's going to tell YouTube that this is a piece of shit and they're not going to show it to anybody. So the whole clickbait thing is really not a thing anymore. You got to ask yourself, are you actually consistent? Look, I think it's only fair that we get real here. YouTube in 2026 isn't saturated. It's just saturated with people doing it wrong. The old way, random uploads, hoping for viral moments, copying things that worked from others that they did years ago. And that's all dead. Even the whole clickbait thing that I just mentioned. What works is clarity, consistency, and actually caring about helping your specific audience. The bar is so freaking low because most people don't do the work. You don't need professional equipment. I literally run off of the mantra that use what you have until what you have pays for what you want. And I've been lucky enough over the years to have what I want based on what I had. And I know you guys can do the same. Like I said, a phone plus a window plus a $20 wireless or even wired mic is all you need. You don't need perfect scripts. You don't need viral videos. You don't need everybody to like you. And I've been guilty of that in the past. It sucks, but you get over it. What you do need is you need a clear promise to a specific audience type, consistent weekly uploads, genuine desire within your heart to help, to serve, to do something creative even. Creativity is value in itself. It's just pairing it with the right people. You need to have the patience for growth too. And you need to have the courage to be imperfect in public, which I know a lot of us at some point, and might be you right now, are deathly afraid of looking stupid. Now I'm just guessing, and it might be a hot take, but I think you've been overthinking all of this for way too long. And I'm telling you exactly what to do here. Write your 3 sentences today. Film your first video, your next video tomorrow. It's going to be terrible. It's going to suck. You need to embrace that because most people won't. And they need to upload it anyway. And let's keep each other accountable here. I want you to make a commitment to yourself right now and show the rest of the world that 2026 is going to be your breakout year. So in the comments below, if you're brave enough, I want you to write, I'm going to share my gifts with the world. And then 90 days, I want you to come back to that video, to that comment with an update for us as far as how much you've accomplished since leaving that comment. Guys, everything you need is in this video. It's on this channel. But knowing and doing are 2 very different things. The people that actually start filming are the ones that are doing. You guys are going to own 2026 if you actually take action and you don't just get addicted to knowledge porn. Learn something, do something. Which one are you? Go film something, guys. Now. Thanks for watching.